Hi, welcome to Boyd's Bay Houseboat Holidays. We're just going to run through a couple of things with you today to prepare you for your trip, just so you can have a fantastic time. As you can see, there's plenty of parking here at the Tweed Marina for you and your guests. Park your car, come and see us at the office to check in, and then grab one of these silver trolleys, load up your gear and head on down to the boat. Welcome. Here we are on board Jean. We're upstairs on the upper deck. We're just going to run through a couple of things to get you going on your trip. First of all, this is your anchor light. That needs to be on of a night time. That's an all-round white light, which tells everybody that you're at anchor. You can actually drive from upstairs here on the upper deck on Jean. To do that, both controls, downstairs and upstairs, need to be in neutral. And then there's a little switch downstairs, which we need to switch over. While you are cruising around, don't go over 4,000 RPM, that's a pretty good speed to be cruising at. Okay, so over here, in this white box, we have gas bottles. There's no need for you to touch them, there's no need to open them whatsoever. They're just for your house, for your fridge and for your cooking. Over here, we've got your life ring, your safety line and your emergency light as well. That's it for up here, come on down. Okay, so back here, we've got our barbecue. Little Weber, we've got a gas bottle, and upstairs there's a spare gas bottle for that one. With your main engine, always make sure it is in the water before you start it up. Always walk back and have a look, but I'll show you where that tilt for that is once we get inside. Here's your swim ladder. Okay, that's your swim ladder. Always make sure that is up and closed before you move the houseboat and lock that latch. So here we are inside the toilet of Jean. It's a marine toilet, it's not like a house toilet, so it's a good idea to use small amounts of toilet paper. No baby wipes, no sanitary items of any kind go down that toilet. It's really easy to flush. It's just a matter of hitting this foot on the step and pushing it down, holding it down, and leave it down long enough for your waste to make it all the way to the tank. Okay, so with the shower of Jean, it's all operated from the faucet. If this little knob on the back here is pointing this way, water will come out of your tap. If you spin it downwards, just like so, just like that, now turn it on, it'll come out of your shower. On Jean, all of your life jackets are in this cupboard here opposite the bathroom. Got our life jackets in here, got a fire extinguisher in there also. And we've got our fire blanket hanging up here on the wall. So this is the hot water system on Jean. When you are running hot water, don't just turn the tap on warm, always turn it all the way to hot first. That allows enough gas to go through the system to actually light it up. With your cooking, it's just a matter of lifting your glass, pushing the button in, turning it, and then lighting it up. Hold it in for a few seconds and then let it go, and that will stay lit. When you turn it off, always wait until it cools 100% before you drop that glass down. It's a gas fridge, not quite as economical as a house fridge, so it's a good idea to put all your drinks in the esky provided. There's a massive esky under this lounge area here. Okay, so here we are on the helm of Jean. Here's your throttle controls. If you did want to drive from upstairs, as I mentioned earlier, it needs to be in neutral and upstairs needs to be in neutral. Once they're both in neutral, it's just a matter of pulling that out, twisting it and pushing it back in. Okay, pulling it out, twisting it and pushing it back in. And then you'll have control from upstairs. Try and travel with the current whenever you can. You're going to get there a little bit quicker, you're going to save yourself time, you're going to save yourself money. When you do find a spot where you'd like to anchor up, go past it and turn the boat around so you're going against the current just for those last 20 meters or so. Pick a spot in your head as you're driving up, knock the boat into neutral, and the current's going to slow you down. Once you think the boat has come to a complete stop, we're going to start dropping our anchor. We're going to put 20 meters of chain out. 20 meters of chain every time you stop this boat, and you'll have no trouble whatsoever. So as you're dropping your 20 meters out, the current's going to slowly bring you back. There's two markers on that chain, 5 meter mark and the 20 meter mark. So let's just go through that now. Here is your anchor controls. Up is up and down is down. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. Dropping, dropping, dropping. See those couple of cable ties there? That's your first mark. That's your 5 metre mark. What I want you to do is I want you to keep going, keep going, keep going until you get to the second marker, which is your 20 metre mark. Once you get to your 20 metre mark, there's a little hook out there, which I'm going to put on there right now. Just goes over the shackle just like that. And then we're just going to drop it just a little bit more so the chain goes slack. So now there's nothing grinding on the mechanics of the winch. Okay, so you've anchored up for the night. It's always a good idea to bring your engine up out of the water. You do that by your tilt, which is just here. Okay. Just bring it up just like so. Don't have to in the day, just have a night time. You know, if you're not going to be using the boat, just bring it up. So the next morning when you wake up and you want to actually move the boat, like I said, that's your tilt. It's always a good idea to walk back down there and make sure your engine is actually in the water before you start it up. We know it is though, so we're going to start this up just by turning the key just like that. Let the engine warm up for a couple of minutes. And then the first thing we need to do is to take our hook off. Okay, you do that by operating our anchor. Once again, up and up is up and down is down. So we're just going to take our hook off quickly. Now there's going to be a lot of tension on that chain because the current on the Tweed River is quite strong. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our engines, we're going to drive up to that chain. Okay, we're going to drive up to that chain. So you do that by engaging into gear just like so. And as we're driving forward, we're going to pick up our anchor. We're going to pick up our anchor little by little, and eventually we're going to get back to our first 5 metre mark. When we get back to our 5 metre mark, which is those couple of cable ties, we know our anchor's probably off the bottom. If it's not, it's going to be pretty soon and you're going to have full control of the boat. When you are bringing up your anchor, you don't have to bring it all the way home. Just bring it just there where your shackle's at the top of the blue roller there. Okay, so here we are on our dinghy. This is our little 3 horsepower engine. I'm going to show you how to start it. First thing is, this is your gear on the left hand side as you look at the engine. That's forward, that's neutral. Forward, neutral. On the other side, we've got our fuel. We need to turn our fuel on. Out is on. Okay, out is on. Next, we open up the little breather, this little grey cap on top of the fuel cap. That's your breather for your tank. Open that up. And then lastly, there's 2 arrows just here on your handle. See the main arrow there, and the second arrow there. Just line those up. Next thing you do is just grab the cord, take the compression, and give it a little bit of a pull, and she'll start first go every time. To drive, now you just click it into gear, and away you go. Back into neutral. To stop the engine, you hit the red button, and that'll stop your engine. Okay? Remember to turn your fuel off when you're done, and also really important to close that little breather. If any rain or condensation get into the fuel tank, it's game over and the engine will not work. If it's a little bit cold in the mornings, this is your choke. You pull this out, okay? That's your choke. Pull it out, give it 1 or 2 pulls, and then that should get you going. I wouldn't use the choke for the rest of the day. They're really temperamental, these little engines, and you will flood it if you do use it too much. Here's your extra 5 litres of fuel. Okay, these engines are 2-stroke, which means there's oil mixed in with the fuel, a special oil. Just bring this in of a night time, don't leave it in the boat. Bring it in of a night time. And just remember, we are in New South Wales here. Okay, we are in New South Wales, so if you're in this boat on your own, you need to wear a life jacket. If you're in this boat with 2 or more people, you don't need to wear the life jacket, but there need to be enough life jackets in the boat. So just grab a couple of spare life jackets from where they are on the main houseboat and keep them in here, and just bring them in of a night time when you bring your fuel in. Just remember also, if there's any children on board and they're under 12 years of age, they need to wear a life jacket at all times in this dinghy. That should be everything you need to know about operating Gene safely. Have a safe trip and we'll see you when you get back.